In the last hour, GB News has handed its hugely successful petition at Downing Street that's urging the government, don't kill cash. Just under 300,000 of you have signed that petition since it was launched last month. A fabulous achievement in a world where you can be debanked for your political views, where the elderly are becoming increasingly marginalised and pushed out of society. Online fraud is at its record levels, isn't it? We really, really need to send that message that cash is still king. We are calling on the government to introduce legislation that will protect the status of cash until at least 2050. Well, it's been an eventful day already, which is why I was late. Yes, I was hot-footing it down to hand deliver along with the likes of Nigel Farage and Liam Halligan and Bev Turner and Michelle Dewberry. That petition, your petition, straight to Jeremy Hunt's front door. But the eventful day started with an inflatable pig just across the Thames from the Houses of Parliament, where, of course, we are hoping our campaign will result in legislative changes and hopefully with support from all sides of the political divide as well. It will happen. Yes, there's the big don't kill cash pig. There's another one just on the left of your shot there as well. That's us there walking down Downing Street, the fantastic GB News presenting team. Myself, of course, not classing myself as fantastic in all of that. Bev Turner, Liam Halligan, Michelle Dewberry, and you may recognise that other chap as well there, front and centre, as indeed he always is, Nigel Farage, holding the petition, heading towards number 11. 300,000 signatures. We knocked on the door and it was very, very gratefully received, which you can see. That's the moment there that the number 11 door opened and our Don't Kill Cash petition was handed in. Nigel there just telling the chap that Jeremy Hunt might be expecting us. I'm not quite sure he was, but there we go. An important moment, actually. It's just a quick reminder that more than 5 million adults still rely on cash in the UK. I know that we all tap in and tap out of everywhere and technology is overtaking everything else these days, but it's still used cash in 6 billion transactions every single year. And we are, of course, posing there outside number 11. That chap, when he woke up this morning, do you think he thought that he'd be mobbed by a team of GB News presenters? I reckon he didn't. And, of course, since the presenters were there, they couldn't resist the opportunity as well for a little pose outside the door of number 10. Interesting, isn't it? I wonder if Nigel Farage will ever call that place home. But there we go. You may notice that only 4 presenters were there. That was because Michelle Dewberry immediately reacted to the handover live on GB News.
I'll tell you what it feels like. I feel like I'm here, we're here collectively as GB News. We are representing all of those viewers, 300,000 of them, and still coming in thick and fast. And all of those people perhaps that are watching thinking, oh no, I wish I'd got my signature in. We're representing each and every one of them. They go to work, they get their money, they graft hard, and they want the ability to be able to spend their money wherever and however they choose. Some people, for whatever reason, Martin and Pip, they're not on board with all of these electronics, and do you know what? I don't blame them. They just want to be able to deal with the legal tender in this country. We feel it's very important, and we're going to keep fighting for those people.
Well, it is very important, and it's clearly very important because otherwise we would not have had 300,000 signatures in such short order. Now, it's vital for a variety of different reasons. Online fraud, yeah, OK, that can't really happen, can it, if you've got your cash to hand. But with the debanking scandal, what we have seen is thousands of examples, tens of thousands of examples of people feeling as though their banks debanked them because of their political views. The amount of control that anybody in a position of power, whether it's a big corporation, a big bank, or the politicians, would have over your life and your lifeblood and your resources if it was all online is, for me, asking for tyranny. Absolutely. But there is another one that's very close to my heart on all of this, and that is the elderly, OK? I do not want to see elderly people having to stand with their phones out in car parks or at train stations or anywhere public, frankly, and having to mess around with an app on their phone, especially not with crime the way that it is at the moment. I do not want to see that happening. I don't want elderly people sitting in their own homes, if they're still able to drive, as I know, of course, a lot of people still into their 80s and their 90s are, and great for them. I don't want them to think, well, I'm not going to go out today because if I park my car somewhere, I might have to get a ticket because I can't download this app, I can't mess about with it. I don't want their independence to be snatched away from them with this desperate headlong rush towards introducing technology in every single aspect of our lives. And, of course, there is the online fraud thing. I don't know about you, I don't really trust a lot of our security systems. It seems as though everything is being hacked left, right and centre. And again, if everything is online, then, you know, that could make it even easier, couldn't it? But it is also just a fundamental matter of principle. And that, I think, is what has got most people going in this. A fundamental matter of principle, which is that if you earn money and you work hard for it, you should be able to go and spend that in whatever form you want, whenever you want to. And you should not be confronted as well by cash machines saying, oh, sorry, no, we've only got a £20 or a £100 withdrawal limit today. No, we don't want to live in that world. We just want to keep the thing that we've already got.